Gojo isn't even that interesting, and people overhype domain expansion. Gojo's not interesting, and domains are boring. Okay. We just wanted to say something different, bro. Like, okay. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, the debut of JJK Hot Takes. You are my special. I'll start off the hot takes. You Are My Special is not the best JJK opening. My glorious king of JJK openings, without a shadow of a doubt. Come on now. Come on now. Not a hot take, just a fact of life. Hell yeah. But let's get to the real hot takes, ladies and gentlemen. JJK abilities have the potential to be the best power system in anime, but inconsistencies and confusion at times stop it from there. Still interesting, but goddamn, it's bad sometimes. You know, I can see this. I don't think I wholeheartedly agree. I don't think JJK and Curses was ever set up to be the Glorious King, but I can see shit getting confusing because I got confused at one point in time, and I still don't think I fully understand it to the point where I can make like a character analysis or power analysis video on the shit. I don't ever think that Curses had potential to be the greatest in anime. I don't think it's there. So because I don't think it's there, I don't think that it was something that I should look at as like a flop, if that makes sense. Jogo is stronger than we think. I don't think that's a hot take, but if it is a hot take, hell yeah. That nigga probably dolos 90% of the verse on the lowest of keys. And I'm not a power scaler, but man, I'm not gonna lie. Why would he not? The nigga only fights Gojo Satoru and Takuna. Outside of that, the nigga literally is like, I'm not taking an L. So, yeah, I definitely think if people think he's sorry or weak, he just got out-hemmed. I don't think that he's a weak character remotely. Yuji is what happens if Rock Lee was a main character. No jutsus, just these hands. Rock Lee is a Zuko Midoriya with less quirks, man. I don't know what to tell you. If Rock Lee is a Zuko Midoriya if he knew his true role. I'm sorry, gang. It is what it is. I don't think Yuji Itadori was ever the standpoint for Rock Lee. Sorry, not sorry. Most fans watch for hands more than anything else and don't understand domains or the power system in general. I mean, this is an iceberg take. At the end of the day, it's a fighting anime. Most people will just be very satisfied if the fights are good and they understand why the fight is happening. Most fans are going to be watching for hands more than the intricacies of the plot. But hot take, I guess, that's perfectly fine. In a way, Yuta has the Gohan problem. Could easily be seen as the main character within the community, but honestly, that has a way better case than Gohan does up to this point, especially when the community was saying Gojo MC at one point. It's clear Yuji gets disrespected as MC. I definitely would agree with, even on this screen, someone else is calling him overrated. In the chat, someone else called him mid, starting to think that it's not even a hot take to call Yuji Itadori a bad main character. Do I see the vision? No. Do I think he's a bad main character? No. I actually adore the fact that Yuji could just not be a good fucking person. So like that in itself, you would think for all of these complainers about a character like Goku or whatever complaints that I could foresee about Luffy or Tanjiro or a Deku, that someone who isn't just a I fight for my friends ass nigga, he has more complexities than that, significantly more complexities than that actually, and it's seen as bad because he unironically isn't the overbearing boom boom punch solo guy that you guys slander. Junpei's arc was the best in season 1, not gonna lie. He was kind of the only character I cared about. Was Junpei the best arc in season? No, that wasn't the best in season 1. Best in season 1 was easily, in my personal opinion, training with the higher class men. That was peak season 1. Also, only character you cared about is absolutely insane. Yuji Itadori is an overrated MC. I think he gets overshadowed severely in the story, and there are more likable and better characters. If they were the MC instead of him, it would be more interesting. Yuji doesn't need to see his friends die all the time to get development. I do think this is bullshit. So you're telling me that he's an overrated main character because he gets overshadowed. Not only because he's getting overshadowed, but because you think that of all things, the only thing that develops Yuji Itadori is his friends dying? Are we dead ass? It's like I say the same thing about Gojo. Like, if we really gotta do it, I can say Gojo only develops when niggas leave and or die. I can say Megami. I can say fucking Nanami. The entire world, the entire Sorcerer Academy school is dealing with the same bullshit, bro. The story is very surface level, and the anime is carried by his action scenes. Here's my thing. I guess hot take, you know, because I'm seeing that's going to be a pattern in Jujutsu Kaisen. You guys think the story is shit. But if the story's ass fine, I have another hot take, dog.
I don't give a fuck.
Sometimes you keep shit simple. I hate when anime fans feel that things need to be surprising and plot twisty just to be surprising and plot twisty. I don't know if this is a hot take, but in my opinion, Hidden Inventory is the best written arc in the anime so far. I love Shibuya, but Hidden Inventory had more character slash moments that emotionally touched me and struck me more than Shibuya. I don't think I agree with your reasoning, but in terms of being a better written story, I can see that. I don't agree with your reasoning, though. In terms of characters' moments that got emotional, Shibuya low-key stomps. I'm sorry. Shibuya has caused me immeasurable pain. So that I'm going complete cap. However, in terms of a written story, in terms of start to finish, and it's very short, so fair enough. But I do think Hidden Inventory was actually a very well-paced little story that was told. I enjoy that Yuji isn't given the typical main character treatment. Like the hopeless feeling we had after Gojo got sealed and when Sukuna came out. Yeah, so this is what I'm talking about. So like, this is the hot take, and it's kind of crazy because prior to today, I was sitting here thinking that this would be the norm. I was sitting here thinking that Yuji overrated would be a hot take because this is the norm. But this is the only one that kind of is glorifying this angle for Yuji Itadori. I think he works perfectly as the main character, not because he's the main character in the sense of strongest character, most or whatever, but at the end of the day, he is the vessel. He is the main person in the verse right now that everyone is going to attack and or defend for very justifiable reasons. And to be honest, he ain't asked for this shit. Gojo isn't even that interesting, and people overhype domain expansion. Gojo's not interesting, and domains are boring. Okay. We just wanted to say something different. Arguably the most glazed character I've ever seen in my life in its own anime. Not by fans, but in its own anime. The narrator goes, oh yeah, only a couple people could ever do that. One of them, of course, being Gojo Satoru. Oh yeah, he's the first person to ever do that. Well, of course, outside of Gojo Satoru. So, like, you know what I'm saying? He is literally the most glazed character in his own anime, which is kind of gangster. Let alone does he have a very, very, very fun power dynamic. Domains are awesome. I think Heavenly Restrictions, i.e. Toji, should be the one power that can dominate people who have an insane amount of cursed energy, i.e. Gojo and Yuta. There's nothing more scary than someone who you can't sense and has strength and speed rivaling the Gates from OG Naruto. I think a character like Toji should remain special. I don't think there should be a ton of characters who can't use cursed energy that are able to dolo those that can use cursed energy when you're going to make one of the main things of season 1 mastering cursed energy. I'm going to disagree, but I see where you're coming from. I love Gojo and Itadori, but I can't help but feel like that team with Gojo, Megami, and Yuji is a poor man's Team 7. It's so incredibly top-heavy with Gojo especially. Poor man's Team 7. If we're comparing Yuji to Naruto, you guys have already told me that you think Yuji sucks, so I'm assuming you guys have Naruto there, but then I don't think Yuji and Naruto are the same personality. I could see the emo characteristics in Sasuke and Megami, but Megami's vastly different in the sense of Megami's more just like a fucked up crash out. You left off Sakura entirely, so that goes to show you there because Nobara is infinitely more interesting. And then Gojo and Kakashi both have aura, but Kakashi, my dog, you in your verse, Gojo in his verse are two entirely different beings. Yeah, I don't think this is a Team 7 type thing. I don't see too many characteristics outside of Team 7, outside of them having a team with 3 guys, 1 girl. They are shown in anime. Yuji being challenged on his beliefs on killing humans early is really not talked about enough. I actually agree. I think that a lot of people are talking about Yuji being overrated, shit, whoop, whoop, bang, bang. Ultimately, Yuji's morality is something that has low-key intrigued me the more I sit here and talk about JJK. Because initially, even we reacted to the video where someone was like, yo, is Yuji a good person? Or is Yuji a hero? I'm sorry. I was like, yeah, Yuji gotta be a hero. But listening to certain shit he talked about, though, however, it's kind of like, huh, I can see how he's kind of not. So it's interesting. The morality of Yuji is definitely very, very, very interesting. Geto, Gaito, Guto is the worst new gen anime villain beside Muzak from Demon Slayer. What are we doing? Whether you're talking about pseudo Geto or Geto, what are we doing? The only con you could have for this nigga is literally he talks a lot, but his personality is he's an asshole. His whole personality is that he's a know-it-all asshole. What do know-it-all assholes do? Flex on how smart they are. Everything about this nigga makes sense. If Ghetto's a bad villain, I guess I don't see that at all. Yuta's power progress in JJK Zero is completely undeserved, making his character quite boring. There's two ways to look at it. You could either harsh agree, or harsh disagree. Here's why I know why you said that, but I disagree. Because they explained why. Explanation, whether you think it's Mickey or not, is up to you. Ultimately, Rika? Rita? Ruka? Radika?
That bitch is overpowered.
Bunnies ain't winning shit, and Yuji's hands will only go so far. Megami having a boring power skid is fucking ridiculous. So he has summonings on summonings on summonings. He has a summoning that will fucking eviscerate him off the fucking map. And the one time we saw that nigga box in the anime, that nigga was literally arguably the best fight in the series. I don't understand how his skill set's boring. Nobara, you can kind of see as somewhat boring because it's just a hammer and nails. But I don't know. I think Nobara's personality more than makes up for it. But you are specifically talking fighting kits. But if you're telling me the guy that throws straight hands and the nigga that summons whatever the fuck he wants, you're telling me that those two fighting kits are boring? Toji's the coldest nigga in the series. Cold take, but I'm not mad at it. Gojo better though. JJK is a good anime, but it's hard to not see one-to-one comparison to Naruto, which leads me to believe it's just a sage anime that brings nothing new to the table. They're not even ninjas. They don't even have a similar powers. The only thing is, one character has a demon in him, and another character has a demon in him. Nigga, Kakashi's not the strongest guy in Naruto. No, there's nothing is similar. It's just surface level, technically correct statements. You guys don't see any branches from it, and you're like, it has to be Naruto. Because by this logic, shit, everybody's a Naruto clone. Well, why is Black Clover not Naruto? Why is My Hero not Naruto? Why is Chainsaw Man not Naruto? You like what? I don't know. Yuta's more of a him than Gojo, but since we see Gojo more, y'all say he's more Himothy than Yuta. Gojo better. Based on how JJK has been training since 2021, it has the potential to at least be top 10. Its action scenes, choreography, as well as enjoyable characters, and lastly, its storytelling is among the best. Do I think JJK has potential to be an all-time anime? It has the popularity going for it. And that's huge. This is like how Attack on Titan was when it was like, it's getting to Attack on Titan levels of like anybody knows. Like it's going to be cool to watch JJK at some point. It might be there. This is actually very close. Mahito and Sukuna are some of the best antagonists ever to be animated. Yeah, I do love the relationship between Mahito and Sukuna. This is the reason why I think the bad storytelling take is kind of like brain dead. I don't know if it's necessarily over the top best antagonist of all time level, but it's definitely a fun character dynamic for sure. I definitely will not be looking at the replies. I just can't trust it to be spoiler free. But Yuji and Todo is more entertaining as a duo than Naruto, Sasuke, and Luffy Zoro. I don't know Ball on Luffy Zoro enough, so I can't necessarily say that. What I've seen though, it's my best of friend. Naruto, Sasuke, I mean, they cool. They work together. I'm taking Goku Vegeta over all of them, though, so fair enough. This happens in like the first 8 episodes, but people are weird about spoilers, so spoiler alert. Junpei's death hurt more than any character. This shit was so sad. Nah, it's not the worst one. It is sad. It's very sad. Let me be very clear. This is a very sad death. However, is it the saddest? No. I didn't care about Junpei more than really a good half of characters that die in the Shibuya arc. No, now I think about it, but it was fucked up. The reason it was sad was just like why he's dying was pretty fucked. Gojo being used as a plot device sucks. Yes, he's crazy strong and I understand the motivation, but if they had to go beat him, they could have given us a fight between him and Geto that weakened him enough to seal him away instead of having the grunts do it. Also, fuck Mahito. I agree with that last sentence. Gojo getting sealed away, that's not... That's interesting. I can see how you find it deflating. My one counter is on the word grunt. Someone in chat typed grunt as well. He ain't going against scrubs. Y'all gonna call this Glaze. He's just Gojo. The nigga was fighting like some of the strongest curses on the fucking planet. Biggest trap card that they could have possibly set up for the nigga. Like, you put Lava Dude just in the Shibuya arc in the streets and say, hey, somebody kill him?
90% of Shibuya is dying.
You don't want him to kill Yuji is weird, seeing as how he himself had a demon that was very easy to lose control of. Actually, I'm going to stop you right there. I think that's what makes it interesting. I actually think that's why it works. It's an interesting dynamic. And Yuta's of the mindset, hey, you can't control your motherfucker. I learned how to bond with mine on the motherfucking fly. You can't control this nigga. You feel me? I think that's a very interesting dynamic. Let me know your thoughts. W for you for liking this video, subscribing to this video. Oh, you should have did that if you didn't do it already. Follow up the Twitch so you can be a part of the W chat. And most importantly, I'm going to say subscribe again because, hey, my team's saying we're going to hit 100K. I'm tired of saying we're going to hit 100K. I called my shot 2 years straight and we ain't hit it for 2 years straight. So if we hit 100K, it'd be nice to know that you tried to help me and subscribe to the channel. Take care, stay blessed. I will see you all next time, my special besto friend.